The ancient gate was not a door in the usual way. It hung in deep space like a ring of light with a shadow inside it. It was as wide as a small moon, older than memory and quiet like an old sea. Ships from many worlds came to look at it, to listen to its whisper, to hope. Some came alone. Some came in groups. They watched the ring and waited for it to wake. The gate did not wake for strength. It did not wake for fame. It woke for a question. On this day, the human ship Aurora reached the gate. The ship was simple and kind in design. It did not carry weapons. It carried gardens. It carried translators. It carried a music room and a library and a long dining table for guests. Humans had invited other species to come with them. So the Aurora flew with friends. Near the Aurora drifted a saloon scout, shaped like a leaf and painted with soft green lines. Close to it shimmered a Vayari crystal sailboat, quiet and bright. A Kathir pod hovered near the bow of the human ship, its surface showing slow blue waves as the Kathir inside breathed. There were other ships too, a flock of tiny Lamari gliders, a square vessel from the archive of Jean, a small orb full of long-limbed children from Lear who sang to the stars as they waited. Ambassador Maya Chen stood by the main window of the viewing deck. She wore a neat uniform and a thin woven bracelet that her daughter had made from old mission patches. She watched the gate and breathed slow and steady. The crew spoke in low voices behind her. Translators hummed. Sensors blinked. Open all channels, Maya said. Everyone deserves to hear the gate. Everyone deserves a chance to be heard as well. The communications chief, a gentleman named Rohit with soft eyes, nodded. All channels open, he said. Shared stream is stable. The Aurora sent out a message. It was simple and it was in many forms at once: audio, light, math, scent, shape. It said, "We have come together. We asked to cross together." The ring of the gate brightened like a dawn. The inner shadow behind the light seemed to turn like a pupil focusing. A wave of warmth softened the air in every ship. People and beings in dozens of vessels felt it at the same time. A stillness, a listening. Then a voice spoke. It was not a sound, but each listener heard it in the way they could best understand. For some it was a bell. For others it was a soft hand on the shoulder. For Maya it felt like a kind teacher speaking from far away. Who stands at the threshold? Maya lifted her head. We do, she said. Humans and our friends. We come in peace. We come to learn. We come to share. We wish to cross. Only the worthy may cross, the gate said. Will you accept judgment? Maya glanced at the side screens. Each screen showed the faces or shapes of the invited envoys. The saloon delegate, Envoyshi, looked like a tall mantis with eyes full of calm starlight. The Vayari ambassador, Shard of Dawn, glowed with clear yellow within a lattice of facets. The Kathir elder, Blue Tides Returning, rippled a greeting across the pod wall. Many others nodded or spoke in their own ways. They had tried before alone. They all had been turned away in the past. Still they came again, this time together. We accept judgment, Maya said. We accept it as a community. The ring brightened once more. A soft pulse moved out across the gathered ships like a wave of warm water. Screens flickered with data the translators could not name. Hearts beat faster. Joints relaxed. Old scars, on hulls, on minds, came forward to be seen and then felt cool, as if a wind passed through them. You are many, the gate said. But the path is narrow. The beyond is not for all. Choose who will cross. The words fell through the fleet like a heavy stone dropped into a still lake. Ripples of worry spread. Some envoys looked toward the human ship. In the past, other species had tried. They had chosen only their own. That choice had always ended the same way. The gate had closed with a soft light and had gone to sleep again. The rejected had drifted back through space, quiet and sad. Maya felt the weight of the moment. She thought of her daughter on Earth, who liked to color her homework margins with tiny stars. She thought of the old stories told in many lands on many nights about doors and kindness and food offered to travelers. She thought of how human people had started as small groups and grown a circle, the way a campfire grows light. She thought of how they had once closed doors and how they had learned to open them again. This is the test, Rohit whispered. They ask us to close the door, Maya nodded. She lifted her hand and pressed a key that opened her voice to all ships. The little red light on the console turned green. She did not clear her throat. She did not read a speech. She just spoke steady and soft. We do not choose, she said. We will not close the door on others. If the gate wants only some, then it can keep its path. We will stay together. We will seek another way or make one. See, the Saluan envoy tilted her head. You would give up your chance, she asked, even after the long journey? Maya smiled, and the smile reached her eyes. We did not come to cross alone, she said. We came to cross with friends. If our worth is measured by leaving others behind, then we do not wish to be measured that way. There was a quiet in the link. No one argued. Some felt relief. Some felt awe. Some simply watched the human ambassador and tried to understand how she held her voice so steady. The gate was very still. Then the ring of light deepened as if it were breathing in. The inner shadow brightened, not with light, but with meaning. A mercy in the air grew brighter, and every heart knew it at once. You refuse to choose exclusion, said the gate. Explain. Maya thought of the dining table on the Aurora. It had chairs of many shapes. It had cups for hands and cups for tendrils. It had bowls for sand eaters and heat plates for hot bloods. It had puzzles for those who thought in patterns and quiet cards for those who thought in smells. She thought of how food tasted better when more people ate it together. In our homes, Maya said, we add chairs when guests arrive. We make more soup. We make more room. We do not lock the door because not everyone is the same. We learn new recipes. We teach old songs, Shard of Dawn brightened. The crystal tones flowed like rain. We Vayari once closed our hall of mirrors, the ambassador said, because we feared new reflections. Our city dimmed for a century. When we opened the hall again, it grew brighter than we had known. We will not close halls anymore. Blue tides returning pulsed with slow, deep waves. We Kathir were born in many separate pools and thought only our own water was pure. Then the tide came and mixed us. It did not hurt us. It made us more. One by one, voices joined the shared stream. Each voice added a small story, simple and true. A child from Lear sang a 4-note song about a stranger who brought new fruit to share. A Jan archivist told a memory of a lost planet they had rebuilt with help from travelers who arrived by chance. A Lamari pilot sent a small pattern that, when read, meant, we are better when we are many. The gate kept listening. There is risk in opening, the gate said at last. What if harm comes through? Maya took a breath. She did not deny risk. She did not pretend life was perfect. She did not make a speech about shields or tests. She spoke with clear, simple words. Opening does not mean no care, she said. It means care with mercy. We can welcome and we can guide. We can ask for kindness and give it. We can make agreements. We can say not yet when harm is near, and we can say come in when love is ready. But we do not slam the door and call it safety. We build a porch. We build a light. We keep a watch, not with fear, but with wisdom. There was a soft sound in the communications room. It was Rohit wiping one eye. That was good, he said. Not over the link, just to Maya. She did not answer. She watched the gate. The ring of light began to change. It did not grow larger or smaller. It gained depth. What had been a flat circle in space became a lens. Stars behind it bent and then unbent. The color of the ring shifted, not in a rainbow way, but in a time way, like dawn moving across a long plain. The gate spoke again. The voice felt closer now. It had a tone that almost sounded like joy. For long ages, travelers came alone. They asked to be set above others. They wanted the beyond only for themselves. We refused them. We waited. Maya did not speak. No one did. Worthiness is not a ladder, the gate said. It is a circle. The light in the ring softened, and for a moment the inside of the circle looked like a reflection of the gathered fleet, but brighter, kinder, as if seen through warm rain. Then the inner edge of the ring began to move like a door sliding open. The shadow became a path. The path was not made of stone or metal. It looked like a quiet river made of stars. It flowed into a space that was not empty and not full, a space that promised new rooms, new skies, new questions. The Lear child sang again, very soft. The note hung in the air. It felt like the first step onto a shore that no one had ever walked. Maya pressed the shared channel key. If you want to turn back, she said, you may. If you want to go forward, take your time and go gently. We will go together if you wish. We will wait if you. Nessie raised her tall body and bowed. We go, she said. We go with you. Blue tides returning pulsed slow and true. We go. Lights across the shared display turned green one by one in dozens of shapes and codes. They did not blink fast. They held steady. The Aurora's pilot, a quiet woman named Jin who loved night markets and map puzzles, eased her hands forward. The human ship moved toward the path with no rush. The other ships glided into formation around it. No one tried to be first. No one tried to be grand.